Got it. Hello, Candy.
Hello,
How are you?
Day?
I'm good. I'm glad you sent that link. I tried to click on it earlier and maybe it wasn't time. So,
Yes, that's why I sent it to you right away. So because we're about to start.
okay.
Hey, you had a busy day, Candy?
Sort of. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
a busier day after this.
Yeah, well, the work day's not done, hey? Being on the other side of the world, the work day is just starting here. It's 5:30 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I usually like to get up early so that I can get some work done before my children wake up, but my little baby, he woke up at 4:30 this morning, so didn't get a chance. You got kids yourself, Candy?
Yes, I have 8.
Oh, 8 kids. Wow.
4 boys,
I
4
thought 4.
boys and 4 girls.
What ages are they?
Oh gosh, the oldest just turned 46.
Uh-huh.
The youngest turned 30.
Wow, hey, cool. That's awesome. Big families are fun.
I have to laugh at people who are stressed about their one child. I go, you're talking to the wrong person here.
Yeah. That's for sure. I think well, the issue with people with one child is they get a little bit too focused. Yeah, like all your attention's on this one kid too. And I don't know that it's that good for kids either, because it drives everyone insane.
Yeah.
Hey Michelle, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good. It's 6:30 here in in my place.
You're nice and early too. We got Haley coming in.
Yes.
Hello, man.
1 second.
So, I tell you, ladies, this guy Camilo here, he knows how to recruit agents. Recruited 2 last week. Yeah. Like, if you've seen anything like, Gene Frederick's napkin presentation, like, he talks about like recruiting 2 agents a year. Yeah, you recruit 10 agents, you have a pretty nice size organization. You teach 10 agents to recruit 10 agents, and well, you're flying. And you can do that over years, or you can be a gun like Camilo and do it in a week.
But I still need time to keep improving, guys. That's not made from one day that, okay, I'm super genius. It's training and receiving a lot of feedback from you guys, from Chris, to make it better every time.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's one thing to remember too, is like EXP is a fabulous opportunity, right? Like it really sells itself. So you just need to get in front of people and talk to them. Like, I was pretty nervous because I come from a digital marketing background, right? And so when I first started like in recruitment, I was like, well, I don't know, is anyone gonna listen to me? And like the first agent that I really had a good conversation with, his name's Wes Davis. He can't make it today. But he's 72, been selling real estate, longer than I've been alive. And when I showed him the Model Explain video, he's like, how the hell have I never heard of EXP before? And he joined like the next day. It was like, hey, Andrea.
Hi.
You in California now?
Yes, obviously it came from the hot weather.
Yeah, you didn't look like you're in Alaska.
Sorry, I had a winter sweater on just a minute ago. I'm dying here.
Yeah, cool. I was just saying, Andrea, like Camilo, like, man, he is kicking goals. We recruited 2 agents last week. Like you like the process that he does, it's like freaking works, right? You know, like you'd follow it and you can too, right? And so what Camilo is going to show you today, guys. Hey, Donald, how you doing, buddy? Is really just about generating leads, you know, generating interest. And that's all you guys need to do to start with. Like, you know, work with me, work with Camilo, and we can help generate those leads. Like, certainly when I got started and was not that confident, I leaned on Elizabeth Riley a lot more. I had a call with Elizabeth yesterday, and it was quite humbling, quite flattering. She asked me a whole bunch of questions about recruitment, which I was like, wow, that's really cool. One of the top leaders at EXP coming to meet us things, which was super nice. And she's like, yeah, well, I mean, you recruit agents now without me, so I don't even know who's on your team now, which is cool. And you guys can get to that level as well. But to start with, you just need to start the conversations. And it doesn't have to be like it doesn't have to be that hard. I mean, I've probably spoken to most of you and mentioned another agent that actually is not on the call today. But you know, I'd known him from years previously. I sent him an email and said, he's in the multifamily space. I sent him an email and said, hey, you don't happen to have your real estate license, do you? He said, well, yeah, I do. I said, well, I might have an opportunity for you. Got on a call, briefly explained EXP to him. He said, I'm really busy with multifamily, you know, life. I don't think I'll have time for this. I said, man, you just, you know, give me the list of agents that you know, and I can work through them. But, you know, since then, he's really watched the Model Explain video. He went, man, that's awesome. The first agent that he recruited was his son. So, you know, it's like, it's really easy. EXP is like such an awesome opportunity. That's why you guys all saw it and went, I'm jumping in, you know. And so, you know, follow the process that Camilo is explaining, and well, the same can happen for you too. Hey, Crystal. Cool, Camilo. Well, I mean, you wanna get started then?
Yes, if you can give me access for share the screen, please, and we can start.
Okay, you don't have it. Let me just make you the host, maybe. Allow.
Okay, no, yeah, I already have it.
You got it? Cool.
Yes. All right, let's start with the slideshow. Can you see the screen, guys?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes.
Perfect. I'm going to. Perfect. All right. So thank you guys, you know, for attending. Thank you, Chris, for the for introducing me. I appreciate it. Okay, so let's go over. Let me just move around this. Okay. Making a list and attract your sphere. You know, enthusiasm on fire. It's better than knowledge.
That's from Jesse Zagowski.
Okay, we'll start. You need guys. You need to start making a big list. You know, just don't get worried about it. It's going to be easy. Just start going over your phone. You know, scrolling up and down like you're looking for your kids or your son or your uncle's phone number. It's going to be as easy as that. We will provide you with a spreadsheet where you put all that information. You know, you just put the name, the preferred contact, if it's a cell phone, it's a office phone number, and then the relationship score. You know, it could be a family member, you know, like in the case of Alan, which bring his son over, or other, you know, friends and family members that have a real estate license.
Just on the preferred contact method, you should always stick to whatever you're used to speaking them with. Like if you chat to them on Facebook, then it should be on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or cell phone, whatever it is. You know, don't try and move someone to a different medium. Like if you're used to communicating with someone via email, don't try and text them because they probably won't have your phone number and they're like, who's this person?
Wessel.
Always to the same medium.
Hi, Haley, I can hear you.
All right, so the first way that you can start like putting your list together is agents that you have closed transactions in the past. You know, if you close with Billy from
What's this
Keller
about?
Williams.
About this building, the sphere thing.
guys, can you please?
Yeah, just saying
you know,
I'll do it.
mute-
I'll do it. I got it.
Okay, thank you. You know, agents that you have closed transactions in the past, you know, freely from Keller Williams, that you closed that beautiful property for the first-time buyers on First Avenue. You know, it's something very simple that you start putting that list together. Then you can go and start putting agents that you have worked in the past. For example, Roseanne, for example, comes from the Coldwell Banker, and she just worked with 5, 6, 10 agents, and she keeps communication with them. Just put those numbers, you know, the phone numbers and the preferred contact on the spreadsheet. Agents that you follow on social media. For example, you are on Facebook and you have groups, you know, you're part of the groups, and you follow certain agents, you give like, or hey, you have a beautiful picture, who took the picture for your listings, things like that. It's an easy way also to connect with agents. Agents that you know by a mutual friend, like, you know, that for example, you go to the dentist and you're at your dentist and you just ask, hey, you know, I have a fantastic opportunity I just switched brokerage, and do you happen to know another realtor that comes to your dentist practice that you can give me the number so I can provide with this opportunity? You know, something really big. You have to show enthusiasm. So, you know, the dentist, hey, yeah, sure, and he will provide you with a number. Agents that work in your neighborhood. For example, you're just driving back home and you notice that there is, you know, the front yard signs on front of other properties. Probably you know them or you don't, but there is also another way to contact with agents in that aspect.
Camilla, can I just jump in there too?
Sure,
So guys,
of course.
like, going to EXP events, like, man, you rub shoulders with, well, EXP's elite, and you'll learn so much. You know, when I was at EXPCon, you know, I live on the other side of the world, so it's, you know, a long way for me. Like when I went to Vegas, it was, well, I had to go Saigon to Tokyo to LA to Vegas. It was like 28 hours door to door or something. It was just insane, but it was so worth it. One of the methods, and you guys all have the benefit of being in your local area with agents in your local area. I do not have that advantage. And one of the best methods of interacting with local agents is going to open houses. But one thing is, don't try and pitch someone at a open house, is because they're working there. You know, and you know, an agent might, you know, be sitting around not doing anything, but they wanted to do some paperwork or whatever. They have plans at the open house. So don't go in there and try and pitch them. But you can just go straight into an open house and go, oh, hey, Johnny, how you doing? You know, Sean from EXP, get their business card and walk out. You know, just say a friendly hello, get their business card and leave. You know, and then you can message them later and go, hey, Johnny, you know, it's Sean. I met you at the open house last week. You know, I probably mentioned to a few of you, when I met Brent Gove, he told the story of how he came to EXP. A woman called him out of the blue and said, hey, Brent, we met at a real estate convention like a couple of years ago. Do you remember me? And he said, not really. He had no idea who this woman was. And she said, well, anyway, have you heard of EXP Realty? And it is such a great opportunity that Brent saw it, and she moved over. He moved over. And that one phone call out of the blue is literally worth millions and millions of dollars to this woman. Like, imagine recruiting an agent like Brent Gove, like, holy cow, you know, like would just be phenomenal. And you have the advantage of doing that, working with local agents. You know, you can see who's doing well too, right? Because ideally you want producers. So you can see who's having lots of open houses. Go in and get their business card, but don't pitch to them on the spot while they're working. Find a different time later. Camilo.
Thank you.
Copy. Thank you.
You know, also contact your title company. You know, if you have worked in the past with a title company that you have gone most of your deals with them, you know, they will be happy to provide you with a couple of phone numbers in that aspect. The same with mortgage broker or the appraisal company, the home insurance company, on home, you know, insurance inspection. All of this will definitely can give you a hand and help you in that aspect. Just remember something, guys, that we will provide you, you just need to put the list together. We will provide you with a script. And you can, set an appointment with me and we can go over the, the script. Just do a practice with me. We can record the practice. That way you feel more confident about when you're about to go and talk to other agents about EXP. Just
Yeah,
how
you
many
want
of
to
you have
practice with Camilo, guys. He's there to support you. And it's way better like fumbling a pitch with Camilo than it is burning your leads, right? So make sure you book a time. Like right now, just focus on putting your list together. That's step one. Step two is speak to Camilo and he'll walk you through how to contact that list.
It's like if some of you guys didn't receive the attraction contact list, just let me know, send me an email, and I will be more than happy to send it over again, because I know that sometimes you receive thousands of emails, you get overwhelmed, and sometimes you get lost between the to-dos on the emails to go. And then just feel that, start filling out. And then as Chris mentioned, set a time, an appointment with me, and I will help you get better. All right. Once you have that and you have the list, we have already gone a couple of training process and one-on-one call. It's time for call and ask for their opinion. Remember, we will provide you with the script. You just need to follow the script, right? Because if you do it, it's going to be much better. Again, practice and book a call with me, and I make sure that you will get better at that. Remember when you have the three-way call with Chris, he has an amazing experience on digital marketing, but he has never sold a house. But do you remember how confident he was about telling you about EXP? So that's something that, that it's amazing. And he was following a script. So he's just having a normal, friendly conversation about real estate. Now, imagine in this case, you guys, you have experience selling properties. So it's going to be much, much easier. Have a normal, friendly conversation. It's not going to be a cold call like, oh, yes, no, nothing like that. Hey, we closed a deal in the past. How are you? Do you remember me? Yes, no, okay, you don't remember me? Just do a presentation, present yourself, and it's going to be easy. Be enthusiastic, smile. If you're on the phone call, just stand up, walk around. In my case, in my personal case, when I'm in a phone call, I just need to walk around because it helps me concentrate. If I'm sitting down and the computer is like right next to me, probably I will just lose focus and I start like doing something on the computer while the other guy is on the line, and then I'm not going to pay the proper attention to this agent. Listen carefully. Something that it's very important, it's when you're on the call, listen carefully to the needs of the other agent, of the prospect agent, because sometimes, no, most of the time, they will let you know why they bore at the current brokerage or what are the goals that they have for the future, but the current situation is not going to help them get there. That's when you can present the EXP model and show them the huge opportunity that they will have within the company. Once you have that, then just agree them to watch the videos. Like when Chris do the presentation or when I call, I just try to agree them, hey, you know what, watch the videos, and then we can set a second call and we have a deeper, meaningful conversation about the process and the opportunities of EXP. Make sure to set a time for the following. Usually you try to get 24 to 48 hours. Most of the time, I know that sometimes the schedule is busy or they have family over. Just try to get it as soon as possible to watch the videos. Otherwise, that information is going to be forgotten. And just end the conversation with enthusiasm. You have never seen anything like it. Please watch the videos, and I'm more than sure that you're going to love it.
It's really important that you follow this process, like Donald for one. I remember sending Donald Gene Frederick's napkin presentation, and it's a fan. I've watched it so many times. It's like amazing. Like Gene is just phenomenal. And I remember Donald saying, "Hey, I'm going to send this to every realtor I know." And so I said, "Stop, slow down, because you need to follow the process, right? If you send someone a video out of the blue, they're not going to watch it. You need to like follow the process, set a script." Like there's a term called EXPing. It's like when you get a bit excited and you pee on everyone. And I certainly was very guilty of that when I first discovered EXP. I was like, wow, this is freaking amazing. I just started blurring on people. And sure, that excitement gets you somewhere, but it doesn't recruit agents because they're just like, you sound like a crazy person. And I stopped, I slowed down, I followed the training. I went, wow. And that's one of the things that a lot of people like Jay Kinder say over and over and over again is you don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? Everything's already there for you. Just follow it. A lot of us, well, we end up in real estate because we have an entrepreneurial mindset, right? And so we're used to solving problems ourselves. And so that, you come to EXP and you're like, wow, I can work this out myself. It's like, don't. Just follow the process and it works fantastic. So that's what all this is about right now. Just get your list together and then work with Camilo on the script and the process.
Thank you. Yes, so that's something very important. It's like when you're sending the videos, you can also mention, hey, I don't waste time in anything if it's not important for you to watch the videos. And then we can have a conversation. You will be creating a momentum, and that, okay, what is this about? They make sure to watch the videos, and then they will say, wow, what I was missing from the past. All right. Then it's fantastic if you're able to meet, sometimes it's time consuming, but if you're able to meet in person and make sure that they watch the video, you have a huge advantage, because you will know right away how they are reacting while they're watching the video, because they feel the pressure that you watch them, you are watching them watch the video, so okay, when is this over? But again, you will create an excitement moment for that case. If not, if it's like over Zoom conversation, once they agree, send over the email and start doing a follow-up. We have a system, we're part of a system that we take advantage of, it's called CRM Growth, where you just put all the information, agents that have agreed to watch the videos, where you can just put it there, and it's automatic that they will send the videos. It will actually let you know once they have watched the video, how long have they watched the video, so you will know for sure if they've been, how to approach them the next call. If they haven't watched the videos, just a friendly reminder, SMS, hey, Donnie, how are you? Let me know if you watched the video, so we have the conversation tomorrow or later on today. So they don't know that you.
One of the added benefits of using a CRM like CRM Grow, and you can use any CRM, but CRM Grow is actually made by someone at EXP, so it's really made for EXP, which is good. But it actually has tracking URLs, so when people open emails, when people click on links, you see it. So even a lead that might have gone cold, they can click on a link, and I see people all the time that I've spoken to months ago. They've clicked on the Model Explain video and they've watched it. It tells me even how much of the video they've watched. And so you can go, hey, you can give them a call that day or the next day and go, hey, Candy, yeah, how you been? Like you know that they just watched that video. So it's like it's on top of their mind. You're not wasting your time following up the people that have no interest, right?
Exactly. So that's once once you have the second conversation, you just ask right away, hey, what's the best part that you love from the video? What do you like?
Finding out the best part, so you always want to try and find the pebble in their shoe, right? What's the problem with their real estate career? Do they want to increase production? Are they on a crappy commission split? like Andrea, I remember the first time we spoke to her, she said, it's just going to come down to the splits. What are on? I said, what are you currently on? She said she's on a 70-30 with a $25,000 cap, I believe. I said, EXP's a 80-20 with $16,000 cap. And she's like, let's go. Yeah. Easy conversation, but you need to find what is important to them, right? You know,
Yeah.
Sean is very interested in recruitment, agent attraction, and sometimes he gets a little bit carried away with that, and he EXPs on people, right? Most agents are not interested in recruitment and agent attraction. You know, like even most agents with EXP have never recruited anyone, right? Only 11% of EXP agents have ever recruited anyone. So it's pretty silly if you are speaking to an agent and you start talking to them about recruitment or attraction, because they're not going to be interested. You know, there's 11 out of 100 chances that they're going to be interested, right? So it's generally not what you want to start with. Like, it might be what we're interested in, but it's generally not what they're interested in. You need to find what's interesting to them. Even after that, like, I have recruited agents that tell me, oh, I could never recruit anyone. You go, really? Come on, it's easy. And I mean, I'm showing you how easy it is now. You don't need to make it your full-time job, but you know, it's not that hard to recruit one agent a month in your part-time. Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you for that, Chris. Yeah, and you know, it's like, for example, if you know that
Wait, Andrea, you got a question? I went on, you're muted. Just unmute.
I just wanted to say from today forward, I would like to make 2 calls a day. I didn't get to talk to Camilo yesterday, but my list is quite long and I'm ready to do that now,
Awesome,
I
man.
haven't-
fantastic.
Chris, but that's my goal right now while I'm with my mother. So
Super.
help me.
Cool. Well, let's chat straight after this, and we'll make sure that you're ready to go.
Thank you. I'll mute me again.
Thank you. Yes, and you know, that's fantastic. It's like, as Chris was mentioning, you know, it's like, for example, sometimes agents say, I don't like to you know, to prospecting. But what about if you're driving around and you find out a gas station that has the, you know, the gas price like $1 or $2 less than the rest of the neighborhood? You're not going to call your family, your friends, hey, go to this gas station because they have an amazing gas prices. It's doing the same just with the EXP. You just call the agents that you know that probably they're not as happy as they should be on their current brokerage, and it's easy in that aspect. Always mention the positive. You know, it's fantastic, don't you think? It's an awesome opportunity. Just always be on the positive side. Don't go overboard with the positive, because sometimes it will go to the other, become negative. But just be positive and always have a good posture, talking in that aspect. Once you know, you find out more about that, how their position about EXP, you just can ask, hey, from 1, I'm never going to join EXP, I don't like it, to 10, okay, send me the link, I'll just jump right away into EXP. You just find out where they are, because from that point, you're able to find out how to do the follow-up process.
That's called the rating call, right? You know, it's from 1 to 10, where are you? And they'll tell you. And if they say 8, you go, great, what do I need to do to make it a 10? You know, it's just such a simple way to, well, find out where they are and what objections they have. Because I mean, you're all salespeople, but you know that's the secret to closing a sale, is you need to find their objection and handle it. And so using a rating call is just such an easy method to do that.
Exactly. Thank you, Chris. And once you find out about that point, you just set a time for a 3-way call with your sponsor. In this case, it could be through Chris directly. It could be gone with me or with Elizabeth Riley. It all depends from the needs that the agent is looking for, because not all agents are going to be on the same spectrum. They probably some of them they want more information about EXP. Maybe others want to increase their production. So that will be Chris, expertise. So you just set time for the three-way call with your sponsor, and just try to keep it. Okay, I'm going to set time with my sponsor or my senior partner or the person that bring me over EXP. Never mention upline or my friend. Just keep some more authority, because then they will pay more attention. Okay, they're going to
really that's the beauty of the EXP model, right? Elizabeth Riley, I picked her as my sponsor because she's just fantastic. Like, she 37 million in production last year, one of EXP's #1 agents, top agents. I think she's the 5th highest recruiting agent in EXP. Like, she's just phenomenal, constantly traveling around the country, helping other organizations grow and grow. And still, she's just constantly available for me. I send her a text, she gets back to me. I need her to speak to an agent. She's just always there. Plus, she's a mother of 4, and I'm like, anyone that's got 4 kids or 8 kids, Jesus, Candy. If you've got a successful career and you're balancing all that, you're amazing. And that's why I picked her to be my sponsor. And, if you need help with that, it's best if you can come to me and Camilla, and we can handle that first. But if there's something that we can't handle, Elizabeth's always there too.
Thank you, Chris. Also, make sure that it's in the calendar of your sponsor, the prospecting agent, and your calendar, just to make sure that it's already set in place that time. Because you as an agent, you say, okay, I'm going to do it later, and probably you forgot, and then you're going to miss a huge opportunity. Just be careful on that. Okay, now the three-way call, because that's something that agents sometimes, okay, now what I'm going to do. Again, we will provide you with a script, how to introduce your sponsor, just give them the authority in that aspect. So with the script, always present first and edify your prospect. You can spend between 45 seconds to 60 seconds on edifying, okay, this is Bob, he's in Miami, Florida, and he's with Keller Williams. Last year, he made over $20 million in production, and he wants to take it to $50 million. Just give important details about your prospect, and because he's going to feel important. Oh my God, he's doing such a great presentation to me. Then you present and edify your mentor, as Chris was mentioned just moments ago about Elizabeth. A mother of 4 kids. She still has time to closing, made a production over $37 million. So just do things like that, and it's going to
we got
really
to script
smooth.
it for you, so you don't worry. But that's remember, the person has watched the Model Explain video. You've already had a call with them. You know what they're most interested in. So that's what you focus on, right? You go, hey, this is Donald. He's from Hawaii. He did 20 million in production last year. He's wants to increase his production to 25. He's most interested in the revenue share or whatever is most interesting. Then here's Chris. He's been working in digital marketing for over 10 years with some of EXP's top agents, including the #1 agent at EXP with over $1 billion in production. And then you just really put it on mute and let us take it from there.
Exactly. That was my next point. Put your mic in silence, and you just stay there unless they ask you something. You'll unmute and give the response. But other than that, just keep your mic in silence. Listen carefully and take notes, because sometimes between that conversation you will find out other details, other important details to that you are learning about your prospect. So that's very important. Once the meeting is over, that's trial close. That's okay. You will find out if it's ready to move or still have a couple of questions. I will let me go through all this information all over again, and it will be a follow up, and follow up. Just do it carefully, because if you go overboard, going every day, hey, what's up? Hey, what about the EXP? You want me to send you the link to join? You know, that will become annoying. So just be very careful. Sometimes agents take from 3 months, over a year, or even longer, but eventually they will find their way into the EXP model. But just
Sure. I
be
mean,
very careful.
got an email from an agent this morning that said she's wants to move over to EXP, but she's waiting for 2 transactions to close. I mean, I'll jump on a call with her and let her know that how that works is that there's no reason you need to delay moving to EXP. You can move today, and those transactions will still close with your existing brokerage, and then all your new transactions will go through. But a lot of agents, you know, they've not switched brokerages before, so they don't know that process. So, you know, but another agent that I had, she joined, I think, in February, and it was October or something that she first told me that she's going to switch over to EXP. Just had some, you know, stuff that she was doing that, you know, I didn't really understand it, but it's like, fine, you know, if you, yeah, Andrea herself, it took several months to switch over. So yeah, I mean, you just want to keep in contact, you know, keep sending them positive news. Like you see EXP sending messages all the time of like massive teams coming over. It's like, it's the fastest growing real estate company in the history of real estate for a reason. Just keep sending those reminders. You know, it's like, if this big team switched over, remember, it's going to be good for you too.
Exactly. Thank you, Chris. Now, when you sponsor agents, you know, once they're ready to jump, then you will send, you know, the information on how to join EXP. Just make sure you let them know in advance what kind of information they need to have ready, because sometimes you just go over and then they're asking for bank information, have a copy of your real estate license, things like that, you know, if they know in advance, it's going to be much easier and smoother, the process to go through the EXP platform. Also, remind them that they will need to put you as a sponsor, because if they don't, they're not going to be under your umbrella. So just be very careful in that aspect. And, you know, do what we're doing here. Teach them the process you just use with them to sponsor other agents. You know, take that information. It's like Chris said, it's not reinventing the wheel, it's just taking advantage of the process, leveraging with the process of EXP, and repeat, repeat, and repeat. You know, it will become easier with time. It's like, you know, give a man a fish and you will feed him for a day. Teach a man how to fish, you will feed him for a lifetime. But if you teach a man how to teach a man how to fish, you are creating a legacy. So just keep in mind that. And you will have a fantastic sponsor, and you will be able to build a fantastic team under you, because it's not just me. When you work together as a team, you will have a lot of fun, and you will see the results in the future. Once you want to retire, you know, you will have a fantastic opportunity and so many stocks from the company that you're going, okay, you know, I don't want to retire at the age of 55. Let's go 5 years earlier. All right, guys. And please be aware of next week Iconic training. It will be on building an empire. It's a book presentation. It's, you know,
has anyone read this book yet?
Not yet, but I love Brian Carruthers.
Ah, super. Man, this book is fantastic. It's like he doesn't mention what business he's with in the book, but it's like, because he started his career in real estate. His family had a brokerage. I think it was his father's brokerage, and he was just working like crazy hours, and, you know, he was very good at real estate. And it's like he's with EXP, but he's not. But you reading the book, you're like, how is this guy not with EXP? It's like written for EXP.
And it, you know, and we're using a lot of the techniques are based as well from this book. You know, we just take advantage of other points of view to make sure that everything that we are doing, it's doing to create a legacy. So, you know, just be ready for next week. Here is the QR code. If you want to scan it, you can, you know, confirm the appointment for next week. Otherwise, for sure, I will send you an email confirmation later on today or the latest tomorrow with the link and the information, you know, all like we did with this training. I will send you all the information so you know and have it ready on your email as well and text message. And that's all for the moment. I don't know if you have any question, guys, so we can go over answer them.
One of the big takeaways that I got from this book is that the beauty of like EXP's model too is you don't have to be recruiting 1,000 agents yourself, right? It's like, that's why we're here right now, helping you guys and teaching you guys. It's like, rather than you taking 100 calls a day, if you have 10 people doing 10 calls a day, it's like, it's so much easier, you know, and it really is. And we're setting things up to help you so that you don't have to do it all yourself. Just, you know, using your list, using our process, and we'll work together. Like even these weekly calls, you can just invite people, like the napkin presentation. Sorry, I wasn't there last week. We had with the time zones, we screwed up the date because it's the next day for me. And so it's totally my fault for being a dope. Like the napkin presentation, you know, we'd love you guys to, you have the benefit of meeting agents in person. And when you're confident enough to do the napkin presentation in front of them, like that will convert like crazy. But we can do the napkin presentation online. Camilo does a fantastic version of it. You invite some agents, he'll do the presentation, and boom, you build an empire.
Exactly. So, and you know, we will teach you to use the right words on your prospect so you don't, you know, screw it up. That's why it's important to book a call with me. So I make sure as well that you're able to, you know, to lead your prospect in a fantastic way. Yes, Andrea.
In talking with other folks, and I've zeroed in on a gentleman I want to make my first fish in the boat. I want to know specifically, what are the questions that are going to come at me not to answer? Like, you don't overstate. I know that. Don't ever overstate. And if they start asking about numbers, stay away from that. But there's something else, because in reading the fine print in the EXP, what is the most important thing that comes to mind not to talk about during the beginning conversation?
So, I mean, that's a really important way to kind of follow the script and the process. So what I would say is like, it depends how well you know the person. I'd say like, I've got this great presentation that'll explain everything for you, and just deflect to that is like, you know, I don't want to screw things up and get things wrong for you. There's this guy and you need to elevate him. Who's Brent Gove? Brent Gove, he was with Remax for 15 years, top producing agent, switched over to KW, again, 15 years, top producing agent. He's moved over to EXP about 6 or 7 years ago. You know, you need to elevate him, because it's like, if you just go, this is Brent Gove guy, who the hell's that? Why am I going to watch this video? And then you explain what the video is going to be 33 minutes long. Talks about why EXP is the fastest growing real estate company in the history of real estate, how you can run a more efficient business, how you keep more of your hard-earned commissions, how you earn actual equity in the company, and the part that I like most, which is the revenue share. So rather than me screw it up for you, I'd rather let Brent explain it to you really clearly, and then we can have another call after that. How's that?
Okay, that answer. And the people that I tend to gravitate towards, they feel like they know me so quickly, and even when they don't, they feel overconfident, and they ask me such specific like questions, like putting me on the spot where how do you back out of that and say, oh, let me just pause there and tell you tomorrow or send you a link. It's kind of hard to corner you.
In person or on the phone?
On FaceTime, on the phone, or in person. The people that seem to gravitate to me, get to know me so quickly and so strongly that I feel cornered sometimes to answer a question that I don't want to. And I want to say, time out, wait.
And I mean, so when I was first doing this, I would watch the Model Explain video with people. I'd say, hey, Andre, well, you got 30 minutes right now? Yeah, I've seen it a lot of times. Because then you just put it on right now and you just play it. I mean, I'm never in front, I'm never next to people, right? I live on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
So I always do it digitally, but I just watch it here and watch it on my screen and speak to them directly afterwards. Like, you can just even just be honest with people, right? You go, I only moved to EXP a little while ago. I don't want to screw things up and tell you the wrong information. You know?
Yeah, and knowledge obviously as I go is going to give me a better.
And you'll get more confident for sure, but just deflect from that. I don't want to screw it up. Like, man, this presentation explains things so much better than I can, right?
I like that. I'll defer to that one.
Just skip, maintain to the script, because probably sometimes when you talk more than just let them speak. So that's when sometimes get, those questions come across. So just make sure to make them, so they talk the most, so you find out more about them, and then just make sure that they watch the videos. So that way you don't get into that trouble. Okay, you know what? I know that you have questions. Just watch the videos, and then we go over the question that you have and new ones after you watch the videos. And then that way you just like, okay, now I have time to go over some of the information in case that they ask you. If not, we just three-way call. And that will be much easier on your end.
Yeah, like one of the things you got to remember is whoever asks the questions controls the conversation, And
Right.
if they're asking questions to you, they're starting to control the conversation. Really, you want to dig because you want to find out what's not, why are they not happy with their real estate career? What's the problem they're facing? Are you not getting enough training and support? Where's your production at? Are you happy where it's at? If maybe they're selling 10 million, maybe they're selling 100 million, but maybe they've been stuck at that level for 10 years. Is it growth? Are you getting training and support? Do you own equity? Do you own revenue share? You need to ask questions about them and make it about them so that you can find out, oh, that's the thing that, you're not getting. Great. That's what EXP fixes.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Copy that.
Any more questions? Candy, Andrea just explained one. Donald, Roseanne, Crystal, do you have any questions at this moment? That we, taking advantage that Chris is present, so he can answer them, please.
I'm good right now.
Cool, guys. Well, I mean, yeah, just remember, Camilo and I are always here to help you. Got any questions, just let us know. Camilo's got, he's in your time zone-ish, so it's much easier for him. But yeah, we're here to support you. If you want any other presentations, just let us know. Next one, Building an Empire, is going to be a rocker. You follow that process. That's the process that we're trying to follow. Brian Carruthers is a machine. Yeah. And how did you guys like the napkin presentation last week?
Camilo did a really good job outlining it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So, would you like to say if we did that again in 2 weeks and, if you all brought two agents to it, yeah? All right.
And I'd like we read the Building an Empire prior to next week. Is this really a book that's out there?
It really is a book out there. If you can read it before next week, that'd be fantastic. If you don't, Camilo's going to highlight the main points. That it's certainly worth reading. All of the leaders at EXP recommend this book, and I do too.
All right, I'm going to get that today.
You got to see the video. Chris sent me the link. Maybe we should send her that link of that video that, and it talks about the book in the end. But that.
Yeah, you have the Cliff Notes. I'm definitely interested.
Well, next week, Camilo will go over the book, and I'd recommend reading it too. But the Audible version is fantastic. I love Audible.
Oh, audio. Okay, I love it.
Yeah, it's an audio.
we'll plan on doing the napkin presentation again in 2 weeks, and we'll make a landing page where you can get agents to sign up and provide you guys with promotional stuff so that you can, just, send it. If you can all bring 2 agents, like, man, we're going to grow like a rocket ship.
Sounds
Sounds
like a
good,
plan.
boss.
Super, boys and girls. Well, well, that's it for this week. Go enjoy the
Yes.
rest of your day.
Thank you. And
Thanks,
remember,
guys.
you have my phone number, you have my email, and Chris' email and phone number. If anything, just send us a text message, an email, and we will be happy to answer them. Or, I can send you my link for setting a one-on-one call for the training.
Sounds good. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Camilo.
See you guys. Hey, Andre, you
Bye.
want to stick around and we'll